All right, hello. I wanted to take a moment to welcome you to your 6th learning module. We are going to continue this conversation around industrial organic, so you're still going to be working through your Chapter 9 materials. And we're going to continue this idea, or continue the conversation around big organic is what we've coined it, this idea of industrial organic, those sorts of things. So this week, you want to make sure you take a quick peek at that weekly checklist because that does encompass all of those things that you'll need to be completing throughout this coming week and all of the supplemental materials that are associated with that. So I did just want to point out a couple things that are here within your week 6 learning module so that you know what needs to happen. So you'll notice the second thing that I have you do is I have you go out and look at Earthbound's organic farm website. This is something that Paulin talks about in that Chapter 9. He talks about Earthbound and he also talks a lot about Cascadian farms. So hopefully you're starting to make that connection with industrial organic, if you will. Earthbound is one of those industrial organic places where when you go to the grocery store and you're in the produce section and you see those large, they call them clamshell, big plastic containers of basically like spring mix, arugula, those sorts of like salad making components. Usually that's going to be an Earthbound product. Earthbound has also obviously kind of moved into the more frozen vegetables, those sorts of things. So that's another place that you'll see their label or their marketing. So I ask you to explore that website. And then I also, on the flip side, have you go out and look at Small Planet Foods. Small Planet Foods was also highlighted in your reading materials. It was a combination of Cascadian farms, and then it became Muir Glen, it became Larabar, Annie's became a big part of it, Food Should Taste Good became a part of it. So it's become this conglomerate under this large corporation of General Mills. So when we're talking about industrial organic, this is it, right? Like General Mills, Cascadian Farm. Cascadian Farms originally started in the 70s with, his name is Cont. And he started very much with this idea, this mindset of small scale organic farming. So really grassroots, soil health, like all of those things that really speak organic. And then as time went on, organic got bigger. He was one of those, I don't want to call him a sellout, but he is definitely one of those contributors to this idea of industrial organic, right? So really that fork in the road, do I continue with this mindset of local sustainable agriculture, or do I make this shift and follow the money and become bigger and bigger? So you're going to explore basically both of those sides of the coin, if you will. So you'll have an opportunity to go check out their website and see all of those companies that really contribute to a larger conglomerate within that. So you're going to view both of those websites. You do have your discussion board this week. I did post a reminder for you. You want to make sure that you're addressing each of these necessary questions. Make sure you're following those sentence requirements in terms of how you should be addressing those questions, and then make sure that you're also responding to your peers. That is a big component to your grade. So check that announcement that I sent out yesterday with information related to that. Your supplemental material for this week, because you're going out and taking a look at the Earthbound website, and let's go take a peek at that really quick, you're going to be contributing a journal entry. And I'll come back in a second and show you how to do that. You did that when you followed your meat and tried to track where your meat came from, but we'll take a quick peek at that as well. So when you come out to the Earthbound website, you're going to notice here they have a whole slew of different recipe options. So what I'm asking you to do is to go out and take a look at all of the various recipes that they have. One of my favorite things I feel like can be eaten at any time of the day is definitely an appetizer. So you can go through obviously and pick whatever you want. But you're going to see there's all sorts of just what I think look like really yummy things. So you're going to pick one. So let's say I think this cheesy cauliflower and broccoli dip looks really good. Then I can come in here and read more about how to make this specific food, this specific appetizer for my friends, right? So you're going to go through and read what's in this, the ingredients, obviously, what's going on with this. You're going to come back and then contribute to a journal entry. So here, you're going to, like I said, you're going to find a favorite recipe. And then you're just going to talk about it. Like, why do I like this recipe? I love this recipe because I love cheese and I love broccoli. And I love things that go in a cast iron pan. Like, I like to be able to throw those on the smoker, get a little smoky flavor, easy cleanup, something delicious. I would probably say that I don't know that I would necessarily source out the Earthbound brand for this. Like, I would probably just find whatever broccoli I could find at the broccoli store, at the grocery store. Maybe I would choose to not use Greek yogurt. Maybe I would supplement in just some like whole milk yogurt. Like, there's some things you could talk about in terms of, would I keep this recipe the way that it is? Would I change it up a little bit? Those sorts of things. And then, like, would you prepare something like this? So I am asking you to discuss that in at least 2 full paragraphs. So nothing too crazy. When you're doing your journal entry, you're going to see right here, it says click to launch this. And then it takes you out to an area where it's asking you the same question. You'll notice up top there's a spot right here that says create journal entry, and then you can put your title in. I always recommend, as I've been recommending all semester long, that you type these things into a Word document and you save it, and then you can copy and paste that material back into this journal entry. You can also attach that Word document. So you can browse your files here and attach that Word document if you want to. And then just down at the bottom there, you'll click submit so that that will be submitted for grading. So that is your supplemental component associated with this idea of industrial organic. It's a great tie-in to the reality of recipe sharing at the end of the semester when we talk about your class cookbook and your signature assignment. So it kind of gets you to start thinking about that. You already contributed to your first library badge last week. So this week you're going to do the second library badge, which is all around sources and finding valid sources on the website, right? On the World Wide Web, if you will. There's a lot of information out there. And so as a college student, you really need to be able to know, how do I navigate through the information that's great, but then the information that's probably not valid, not cited, those sorts of things. So this is going to walk you through how to do that, and then you'll upload, again, that completed screenshot from your badge book as your submission for this week. So second library badge, make sure that you're uploading that screenshot for grading. So those are your week 6 learning materials, if you will. If you have questions, comments, concerns, if you're needing additional help or support, please reach out. Like I've said probably a gazillion times, and I'll keep saying throughout the semester, I really am here to help you. So please reach out, and we'll see what we can do. With that, I hope you all have a fantastic week as we kind of round out this idea of industrial big organic.